my tarts so big?
Oh my, how. Welcome back, children, to yet another episode of Hey Tiara.
What's up?
How are you now?
Oh, good, and you?
Oh, not so bad. Man, it has been a week. Yeah, it's been a week off for me this last week. Thank God.
So he did all the laundry and created all of the shelves.
I did. So a little pre-showy show stuff real quick. Just to remind everybody, we have a Discord if you'd like to join us on howareyounowpod.com/Discord. It's the Discord for the Podskier Podcast Network. We welcome everybody who is a fan of any of our shows or hangs out with us or whatever. We'd love to have you stop by if you like. Also, our cosplay contest, which we haven't had anybody in a long time, is still going on. howareyounowpod.com/cosplay. And we have a phone number, which is 304-50 Ferda. And today's music is by the band Driftmouth. We are also always looking for good independent bands, which you can, if you'd like, send us an email at hosts@howareyounowpod.com and we'll check you out. Anyways, we've got our good longtime buddy, and as I've referred to him, the Chevy Chase of How Are You Now, Mr. Rene Encarnacion. Rene,
I think hopefully I'm good, and you?
Oh, not so bad.
I feel like I'm hopefully at least a little bit nicer than Chevy Chase.
Yes.
Just had that reputation. That's why I called you immediately after I heard the episode last week. Like, what's that? What you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that, bro? Come at me, bro.
I could have called you the Steve Martin.
Because Chevy Chase is kind of a douchebag.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's really sad to hear because I loved him as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking back at some of those things that we liked back when we were youngins that he did. And then you find, thanks to the internet, we find out a lot of stuff that we didn't know way back then. So
a lot of people got to be in hiding all throughout the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah. So real quick, before we get going on things, Rene, tell us about yourself, what you do, where we can find you, all the kind of, what your social medias are and all that kind of jazz.
Name's Rene Encarnacion. This is probably like episode 12 or 13. So if you're new here, go back, fucking check me out. I'm an OG in this motherfucker.
OG Rene.
Since the days of Hard Right J. Since the days of Hard Right J.
Hard Left Rene.
As far as work goes, I'm like all over the place. I'm a cannabis consultant. I'll teach you how to build a proper grow house. I do DoorDash. I do stand-up comedy, but not very well, so don't ask to find my shit. Good luck. I'm a genie of all trades. My social media is very easy. It's right there on the bottom there. Bet you I did. BETYOUIDID on all social medias. I do a podcast every Tuesday with my co-host is one of my good Army bros, Dan Webb. Really great guy. Check out his shit on TikTok. Him and his girlfriend are hilarious.
Good to hear he's a good guy.
They deleted his freaking account at like 20,000. So
what?
Check out all his stuff at Webslinger25. That's Web with 2 B's because it's Dan Webb. Check out our podcast. Every Tuesday we are live on Facebook and YouTube. We have like 1 or 2 episodes out on Spotify. I'm a veteran of PTSD and depression. I make a lot of promises that I can't always follow up on just because my insecurities keep me out the way of advancing myself. It's really just a shitty thing, part of this mental disorder. But I've come to terms with it. And the few fans that we do have, they're cool with it. So they come and check us out on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's called Perfectly Misfit. The show's basically just random, psychobabble, just us just venting our shit for the past week. We do have 3 main subjects we talk about every week. It's our favorite movie or TV show we've seen, something we've eaten or cooked, because we're fatties and we love cooking too. So it's like it could be 1 week I could be talking about making a pork roast. 1 week I could be talking about having just some bomb ass wings around the neighborhood. And then other podcasts that we've heard. Like that's one thing him and I have in common. We love podcasts. We both like work independently, so we always have a podcast in our ear, whether it's in our headphones or coming out the car speakers. We show love to all the shows.
Very nice.
That's me in a nutshell.
How did you get in that great big bloody nutshell?
That's me in a nutshell. Damn it.
Bada bing.
Yeah, missed that one.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of cooking lately as well, and the big thing that I've been doing a lot of is sous vide, which is just
so good. I thought he was a good cook before he got this fancy.
I've been doing the slow cooker lately, and
yeah, I'm a big slow cooker fan.
Yeah, slow cookers are great.
I mean, and then we're getting like the real chilly temperatures down here in Denver. Granted, it was like 50 today. I'm literally was outside like this, but like when it goes down, it's like 7. Oh man, a big bowl of chili in the freaking slow cooker going.
Chili.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, daddy.
What kind of chili do you cook?
I do this last batch was a weird one. Someone called it a German chili because I put chicken. I started with a couple pounds of like not so lean ground beef, but then I let that cook for like 8 hours by itself. Then I threw a can of beans, my seasonings, my other seasonings, the chili powders. Then I threw in some chicken, and then felt it wasn't hearty enough. So then I ordered some pork chops and diced those up.
It sounds like something you would make, Dean.
That sounds like menudo or something.
Yeah. Well, then it got real funky when I threw in some diced up sweet potatoes, and then some Brussels sprouting.
Sprouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anywhere in the world that would consider that chili, but it's fucking amazing
not
sounding.
In Texas.
Yeah, it was no, that was
I
wouldn't even take that into Texas with me. Like, no. Like there's a border guard that's gonna be like, no. You get that fucking chili. German shit the fuck out of here, commie.
I
don't know. I just had some Brussels sprouts in the fridge and I was like, why not? What's the worst that can fucking happen? Except I thought they might sour the chili, but nope.
Yeah,
I have a friend who's really good chef. He really loved it. I was proud of it.
Cool.
Yeah, I do 2 pounds of cube steak, and put in that with I throw in some Rotel, some tomato sauce, and then all my spices and everything, along with 3 jalapenos and a habanero.
I did throw in a jalapeno. And I did use some Goya tomato paste. Like, all that stuff is in there. I don't divulge my recipe. You want that? You're gonna have to find that on the dark web.
Dark web with all the sex. Man. All right. So let's I think we're here to do a little Letterkenny stuff. So let's what say we get started?
Is that what the show's about?
Maybe just a bit. I don't know.
I thought it was just because you want to talk.
Yeah. Well, we love talk. We do love talking. But real quick before we get going, we want to do a quick recap of the dealership that we had with Dennis Guggen last week, season 10, episode 2.
Googs.
The Googsy. We love them. One day I can't wait. We're going to have a big "How are you now" actual meetup once we can get past all the COVIDs and
get vaccinated.
That sounds like so much fun, actually.
Yeah. So
we're going to be like, if we're meet at a bar, we're going to be that obnoxious table that everybody's like, what the fuck is their problem? Like, you just don't get us. All right.
We'll be talking in Letterkenny quotes all night.
God.
Exactly.
So
then I got a poppers. We don't fucking serve that. I have a poppers.
Gus and Brew. So episode was about Wayne and McMurray trying to help Marie Fred get a truck at a dealership from somebody who does not care for the French, and then at Modine's having a big Caesars contest, which everybody wins with the Caesars, with fitting votes.
Fitting.
Such a great episode. And we had a lot of fun with Dennis. So thanks, Dennis, for joining us. It was a blast. But this week we are getting into season 10, episode 3, Dyck Meat. So as we are wont to do, we have Rene here for the any Dyck episode that we have.
And apparently I almost got friggin' vetoed, but I would have understood if we had Trevor on.
Because Trevor will be with us next week.
Yes.
Because had Trevor written this episode, it would have been a different story. But he did punch ups this season, so we're having him here for next week for prostate. So anyway, so this week we start off at the barn with our cold open. Derry and Dan are seated outside with Wayne up in the loft. Derry and Dan are having a bit of a spat as Wayne just watches on. They want Wayne to weigh in, but he's hesitant. It's never really helped before.
Well, could you at least ask us what the problems is?
Okay.
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 Problem.
Katy's big tarts.
What's that?
Oh, I just love Katy's big tarts.
He was trying to provoke me here, or?
They're perfect. Katy's got perfect tarts.
I feel like he's know full well what yous are doing.
I just love those tarts.
So I've gathered.
Mercy, those big, soft tarts of hers.
Those big, soft tarts of Katy's. Turns out Katy's tarts are actual tarts she makes and bakes. And Dan has eaten one that was supposed to be split with Derry. After a bit of more bickering about how Derry will just eat food off the floor, Katy comes out with a half one of her tarts and asks if somebody wants it. Dan suggests that she give it to Derry. Problem is resolved. From there, after the intro, the boys are hanging out in front of the produce stand as Noah Dyck comes up. After the standard welcome, we find out why Noah has come to visit.
Wayne, you've been a great friend unto me for many years now.
Okay.
For banging the boxes summer last, I feel the great need deep within me to repay you for the kindnesses shown the very best way I know how.
Oh, here we go.
Well, how's that?
With a sausage party.
Wait, first a box hammer and now
A witch?
A sausage party.
Well, he must mean literally.
I've spent the majority of my adult life stuffing my meat into casings. It's thrilling work, rewarding and exhausting. Yet I won't rest until my sausage has touched the back of your throats.
And who can blame him? So of course we find out. Of course we find out that Noah actually does make sausages and wants the boys to come over as a thank you. They of course agree at the behest of Wayne, of course. Next we go to the front of the convenience store where the Skids are all hanging out and dancing, and then Riley and Jonesy walk up. After failing to get Riley and Jonesy to jump off the Kinsman Bridge, we find out that they were heading back to their place to play some Chel. Stuart invites them over to their place to play against him and Rolled, and they agree. We go then to the Dyck farm where the boys have arrived, and they are greeted by Noah to partake in his sausages. Noah informs them that his first attempt at getting his sausages ready didn't quite go as he planned.
I must confess, my first batch of sausages did not turn out to the usual Dyck standards. Shameful, but I blew a load right here in the yard. Luckily, mine daughters were here to clean it up and even eat what could be salvaged. What a treat it was to watch my own children enjoy my load despite its premature completion. Even the dog wandered over and began to suck up the excess.
Good enough.
That would be me. Good enough.
Derry could only handle so much of that.
Everybody knows how much I love the Dycks, but God, this one was tough. This one was really fucking tough.
Anyway, so
I love me a good Dyck joke. But...
Anyway, then Noah leads them over to where they're going to eat, and then we cut over to the Skid basement where Stuart and Rold are joined with Riley and Jonesy. After they have just lost their game of Chel, they've begun losing their minds. As being that they've lost to the Skids, and they start punching holes in the walls all over. Stuart is intrigued, and Rold is very turned on.
Come on, cover all, Stuart. Have you ever seen such primitive emotion? Primal. I think it's called toxic masculinity. Ooh, you're gonna fucking gack me up with it. Gack all over me with it.
Riley and Jonesy complained that Stuart and Rold had home ice advantage, that they are going to take the Chel station and go over to their billet mom's house, and they can come play them there. From there, we're back to the Dyck farm where Noah leads the boys in a prayer and then invites Dan over to open the curtains of the smoker that Anita has built, his wife's meat curtains.
Anita's meat curtains. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. So then back.
Don't be weird about it.
No, not at all. So from there, we cut over to Riley and Jonesy's place. Again, Riley and Jonesy have been bested at Chel and begin punching holes in the walls there. They accuse Stuart and Rold of doing something on the dark web to help them stack the deck in their favor. Stuart rebukes them and tells them that they are acting like children and that they won't stand for it any longer. They take their Chel station and then they leave. Back then over at the Dyck farm, Noah begins serving his sausages. First up is Metwurst, followed by Bratwurst, Knockwurst, and then Weisswurst. Of course, there's lots of plays on words and that we just can't get them all in here, but they're brilliant.
Lots of fake German,
We
real
would
German.
be doing this episode for 2 hours.
Oh, God, yeah. And
What the fuck is he saying?
seriously. From there, we cut back to the front of the convenience store where the skids are all back there dancing. Riley and Jonesy walk up. They've brought back with them the Chel stations that belongs to the skids that they grabbed when they left the basement. In turn, Roll gives Riley and Jonesy back their Chel station that they took when they left their place. Riley and Jonesy apologize for being poor sports and say that they've got to learn to take the L's with the W's. Stuart asks them if they'd like to play some FIFA. They do, and he invites them over.
Guys, FIFA it up.
Got FIFA. He likes to have a little beef brisket.
The only things they don't joke about are schneef and fief.
So then we're back at the Dyck farm, and due to all the plays on words about sausages, Noah is laying on the ground, laughing himself and farting.
And farting.
Rolling on the floor, laughing and farting. The boys are standing there eating their sausages. Noah pulls himself up off the ground and tells the boys that he's got one more treat for them. Dick suckers.
Yeah.
He calls for Anita, Charity, and Chastity to all come out. Charity,
I think Charity is on vacation.
Yeah. Chastity and Anita come out. Charity is leading Bible study elsewhere.
That's what it is.
Sends her regards. They bring them with them a pan that has candy suckers in it. Lavina then comes out and delivers one for Dan specifically. Anita then offers them some Dyck milk, which they politely decline. Noah assures them that they have plenty, enough to make a whole summer's worth of Dyck cheese. The Dicks all crack up at this. Fade to black.
And Anita tops it off with mentioning how much she just loves his dick.
Oh, yes.
Nice little kicker. I love her.
And Lavina's...
It was Lavina. I wasn't
Yeah, we had to
positive.
look at it a couple times.
The donkey laugh. Oh
God, that was hilarious. Yeah, it was perfect. I mean, so yeah, that was there's not, aside from the sausages, there's not a lot of meat in this episode. But
there are some questions that have come up though, like that we kept asking each other.
So yeah, and I've asked this question before. I asked this question on Twitter, and I'm curious as to your thoughts on it, Rene. Do they not use studs when putting up drywall? And Letterkenny, I mean, is it because
right?
They are punching huge holes in the wall that come nowhere near any studs anywhere.
In both the Billet mom's house and in Stuart's mom's basement.
Right.
that was hilarious. And whose fucking Billet's mom's house were they at?
Thank you.
That means I'm sorry. I'm like I forgot to put that in my notes. I didn't go very note heavy this episode, but I was like, wait, that would mean a one of their teammates?
Well, see, that's the curious part. Yeah, because I had brought that up.
Billet mom is the one who basically houses them when they're on the road playing. So are they one, are they still playing? Two, are they now playing somewhere other than Letterkenny, which is why they have a Billet moms in Letterkenny?
I have lots of
questions.
questions.
It always been like that and we just didn't know,
because if they're staying with their Billet mom and Shortsy's always sleeping with their moms, right? What the fuck is happening?
Maybe that's why. It would have been Shorzy's place, but instead Shorzy's at one of their places, so they're just like, oh, well, stay.
We just dove right into thoughts theories.
Yeah, we really did.
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
we?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I
No,
heard
it's
that
okay.
word, and I just heard it like twice in the past 10 minutes because I rewatched the episode before we started here, and I was like, that word's bugging me.
Well,
It was just tripping.
that's pretty much exactly how it went. The last time I was watching it, like he was like, did they just say billet mom? Like, so literally it was like he'd been listening to it for 2 days as he got all the stuff, and I've been listening to it probably like 4 or 5 times, and it was like, wait a second. Are they always at their billet moms? Do they? Wait.
Yeah, it's weird because if Shorzy's sleeping with their moms, I mean, do their moms live elsewhere and he's traveling? Or
Well, I mean, also they're adults,
yeah,
so they should have their own place.
Yeah.
you
And I feel like I'm trying to remember what episode it was where they actually they had like this little sequence where they were showed everybody like in their place, like at their apartment. Like it was like Rosie. I think Katy was over at Rosie's. I think it was the sleepover episode, right? So but then in that episode, I feel like they had 2 twin beds. I don't know.
I think they were in one. I think they were in one bed then. Pretty sure because they crashed out on each other as well.
Yep.
So they were like falling asleep on each other's shoulders, type of thing.
Tails.
I'm curious.
Where's Awesome when we need her?
Right? I was actually just thinking that. I was like, I'm gonna have to message Awesome.
Like, if anybody, where's our fucking
Awesome, are you
resident
watching at
Wikipedia?
home right now? I wouldn't put it past you. You better message if you are.
Yeah. Somebody needs to pop that in there.
Throw it in the comments.
Yeah, seriously. So there's not a lot of Katy in this episode. Well, I mean, only in the open where we see Katy and her her perfectly firm tarts. Come
off it.
I mean, why? I mean, how big is this tub? I mean, the tarts look pretty big. They look like donut size, right?
To fit 19, that's got to be fucking huge.
It's an odd number of.
Well, it's kind of like a baker's dozen, right? Which is 13.
It's got to be.
So.
Yeah, I was trying to. I
Baker's
didn't
dozen and a half.
Try and do the math or anything because my brain is not there. But like, I was trying to think, how would the configuration?
They're firm,
how would
but
the
not
configuration work to make it 19 and no more? Like,
maybe it's like in that perfect spiral, and then it has that one that fits like right on the top.
That might be.
I don't know. I figure we're gonna spend way too much time trying to think about this one.
Yeah,
that's what happens. Welcome to my brain.
This episode was kind of a weird one in that there's not, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people who spoke, I will say, because I mean I left out Connor Darien and Charity. Chastity Dyck, who didn't say anything. So yeah, not a lot of characters in this episode, but a lot of fun in this episode. Because they got the convenience store that they're hanging out in front of instead of the dollar store. So they're now in a new place where they're dancing. Yeah. So, and something I found interesting is Kinsman got brought up by both Stuart and Wayne.
Right. Yeah. So
I don't know if there's some meaning to Kinsman or not, but I thought that was interesting.
What do you mean, Kinsman?
Well, so when he tells him about the new supplement store, he goes, it's over by the Kinsman Bridge, and then walked in and jump off. And then Wayne talks about that he won MVG, or Most Valuable Griller, at the Kinsman, what was it, the Kinsman Potluck or something, or barbecue.
So
Kinsman
now,
barbecue.
now you're making me rethink something I wrote down, which was when what do they call them? When the Hockey Bros walk up, I forgot
the first time he called
Mary Kate and Ashley?
Donald and Daffy.
Oh, Donald and Daffy. But then what was funny is like they approached when they walked up with the umbrellas.
Right.
They were holding the umbrellas. And I was like, was that like a reference to Penguin from like Batman?
Well,
but now I'm thinking
they were doing the dance from Singing in the Rain.
Fair enough. But now I'm thinking, or is it a reference to The Kingsman, the movie?
Yeah. Could be.
Could be, but yeah.
I'm reaching. I don't know. I'm stoned. Get off my case. All right. Come off it.
Oh, so here we go. So I don't know. And Facebook user, whomever you are, it just says Facebook user here. So
yeah, because we're not seeing it from your view.
Kinsman is a voluntary service organization in Canada.
Good to
Canada.
know.
I did not know that. So thank you very much, Facebook user.
So that would be like the VOA.
Could be, I suppose. Yeah.
Volunteers of America.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. So, all right then. Other thoughts, theories, stuff.
Okay. All right.
There are clubs and towns across the country.
Oh.
I wonder if it's they're like our
maybe Big Brothers Big Sis or it's Al.
Hey, Al.
Al from the produce stand.
Hello.
Shout out to the produce stand.
Yeah. Have you been on produce stand yet, Rene?
No,
I need to be on produce.
you got to be. I got to be on
a wrap up. I got to be on a wrap, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I gotta have you both on my show too.
Hell yeah.
Totally.
We gotta work that.
Mixed groats.
And we're like I said. I think I said out loud. Point. We're closer to you now.
True. Very true.
You moved halfway across the country, and we moved a couple 100 miles south.
just a bit.
A little shift down the freeway. Anyway, okay. Wayne doing the getting into character again. When, they're asking him to intervene in the beginning and he like takes a deep breath and he turns around, the hand gets in position.
I love it when he does that so much.
I love it. It's so hilarious.
And he does that little turn and he does that little okay.
Pulls the back of his pants up a little bit.
Yeah, turning around when he's making the point, like he's got his back to you, and then it's
problem.
As an autistic, I would just like to say in any Dyck episode, I am so weirded out by the forced eye contact.
And so is Wayne.
I know that it makes like normal. I'm not using that word. It makes typical neurotypical people uncomfortable with that kind of eye contact, but like that was so over the top to me. It made my stomach hurt.
Dude, this was so very heavy influence with the little autism tics there. The turning around, the hand
not
holding.
moving his body, he only moved his head, and then the rest of his body would turn. That's I have seen kids do that. Oh man.
The hand holding scene with Noah. Where he wouldn't even. I think he only grabbed wrists.
Right,
and his
he doesn't even grab
knew.
hands.
His friends knew. They didn't even bother putting their hands out. They put their fists out for him because they were like, "Oh, Wayne doesn't like to hold hands." Like that made me happy. That like every time there were a couple scenes actually that just made me like, oh, like their friendship was so perfectly represented to me in that moment. It was when they were talking about the barbecue and Wayne getting first place and with his
most
meat, most valuable griller, and then he gets all
also
embarrassed and cute.
He's getting like dirtier. I felt like today the Franken squirter joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wayne.
I think he's a little more comfortable. Unlike Derry, who still has not gotten comfortable with the Dicks at all. I think Wayne is just like with Gail or, almost anybody, like you make me uncomfortable, but this is an uncomfortable I can deal with because I respect you. And, like his friendship with McMurray, it's just kind of grown and he's a little more comfortable and he's able to make juvenile humor with the Dicks, which is like, just a step for Wayne.
He is McMurray's best friend now.
Right. According to McMurray.
I can't get over that.
Wayne knows me better than anyone. I know nobody in the way to rain.
Since the episode passed, I can bring that up. God, I love that part so much too.
He is, McMurray is so desperate to have Wayne as a special friend. So like, yeah. As
somebody who up until I decided to stop fucking masking and like I figured out like who was an actual friend and who like I was faking myself and who anyway, like I understand that from McMurray's point of view, just like, oh God, I really like this person, like I don't want to date him, I don't want to fuck him, I want to be their best friend, like and I have never been so desperate as to just fawn over people but like I recognize that with him. Easy.
Do you think here? I have a. Do you think if Wayne offered himself to McMurray,
oh yeah,
that McMurray would do it?
I yeah. McMurray would be like, well, I don't go that way, but
I know they got their day, and they're here to stay.
It is you, Wayne.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if
my best friend Wayne believes when a friend asks for help
for one night, you can come over, and I'm going to pound you.
And he'd probably be like, "Well, can Mrs. McMurray at least come and watch?" He'd probably be into it if Mrs. McMurray was into it.
Probably so. I'm
probably.
Sure. Only if you.
I bet she would totally cuddle him and be like just into it. She'd be like, "Yeah, I want to watch you get fucked." Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Anyway.
This is what we do when I'm on the show. Sorry, folks.
Yes.
we meander.
These are my favorite ones where I can just like.
Well, go on. We got no rails.
Okay. Why is Derry so uncomfortable with the Dyck daughters? Like he's okay with the rest of them, but he's just like in this episode, he's just like, no. The rest of them I can handle, but I can't handle the daughters. Like when did that turn from just an unlike for all of them to, well, as long as the daughters aren't there, I'll be fine.
And in that same line of questioning, I was curious where fucking Dan decided he wanted to go on some more longer walks with Lavina, apparently.
That happened at least once in recent.
Well, the pie episode.
It's like anytime he has an excuse to hang out with her, he's going to take it. But he's not going to maybe go out of his way to.
Someone prefers fucking long walks as opposed to fingers in the butt.
Yeah. No walking for me, thanks.
I like long walks, which is very disappointing.
I don't like a little.
He didn't say that. Anyway.
Okay, that's our next episode.
No theories on that one?
I don't know. That was it was a interesting. I don't know. Derry's having to find, like, I feel like he's having to come back into his own after the last couple relationship experience thing. He's just.
One thing I want to bring up this, and this is revolving around the skids, and this I on Reddit. In the Letterkenny subreddit, there was somebody who was complaining about the skids that they always skip over the episodes. And I said, the skids are Shakespearean fools, and you should never discount the things that they bring to the table. And they said, well, can you explain this to me?
Favorite.
I mean, so the thing is the skids are there as a foil to the popular character. Also, I mean, they're also fools. They're there for some humor. They if you think about it in the way of court jesters. But the Shakespearean fools were there for the masses. Because I mean, everybody in the Globe Theater, those who were down in the front, those were just the regular everyday Joes. They were not. They barely made money. They all just packed in there to come see it. So they were there.
Jesters were the original stand-up comedians.
Yeah,
yeah.
The warm-up crowd
for the royalty.
Yeah,
but Shakespeare then took that and put them into his plays as the voice. As the voice of the common person.
Which is why you have so many of them being not necessarily bumbling idiots, but being bumbling idiots because it catches the attention of somebody who doesn't necessarily have, and I hate to say it this way, but that was the reason at the time. There was no education for the masses. Right. So if everybody was just talking in these long soliloquies, the quote unquote masses would be bored out of their mind. So he's writing these long, beautiful things for the kings and queens that he was entertaining, but he's also making sure that normal people can completely follow along. And like it, I am absolutely one of those conspiracy theorists that thinks probably Shakespeare was more than. But anyway,
yeah, I still have flashbacks to fucking Fart Book, where it was the silliest. It was the silliest episode, but then like they were quoting, the great movie The Social Network, which I mean, it wasn't like that amazing, but I mean, it was very introspective as far as like learning less of the history of that fucking that story. Right. And not for nothing, the skids have said the most intelligent shit on the show. Totally. In the entire history of the show, the smartest people verbally, maybe not so much as the decision making,
right?
Have been the fucking skits. I loved that you guys pointed out like that there it's very Shakespearean, because I lucky enough to grow up fucking being forced to read that shit in elementary school. And like, yeah, being able to see that side by side comparison, being a fan of Shakespeare as well. I try to tell people that, and then if the other way I try to get people to look past all the silliness is that I look at Letterkenny like Clerks if written by a Canadian. You know what I mean? It's that real stupid humor, but with some fucking real deep fucking shit going on in the background if you're fucking paying attention.
If you're paying attention, that's. I feel like that's the big problem of most people, honestly, that watch Letterkenny is they're only watching it to laugh and not to actually hear what's being said and really think about, well, why? What? I mean, that's why we're here. Why did they talk about it that way? Well, I mean, it seems to me.
Yeah.
These are conversations that more people should be having. That's why we have people who are, I
haven't seen Succession, but the comic really, So it very much relate. So
if you're not watching this,
they're the Greg character in Succession. He's the comic relief, but also the lens through which we relate to the unrelatable characters, which is very true. So a lot of folks are not hockey players or sporty people. And so,
I was a fucking hockey player and had to look up half of the fucking hockey terms.
Right?
I'm still fucking wondering what the fuck a billet fucking mom is.
And that's actually a really great point because Stuart knows all about hockey. Stuart can play hockey, but Stuart is not thought of as being one of the hockey bros because he, does drugs and plays video games all day. But when you get him in a situation where he's like one-on-one with Wayne, for instance, he can hold his own talking about some of the things that Wayne is interested in.
And shooting freaking slap shots.
Right. And so when the skids are all together, I feel like they are definitely like the court jestery kind of things. But when you have individual scenes with them, you also see that they are, not just probably the most intelligent characters on the show, but an intelligence in more like IQ, like not social.
Book smart.
Book smart. Definitely, but very well read.
Very well read, yeah.
They're
you
very,
could be
very
book
well
smart
read.
and still make some real stupid decisions.
Sure.
Most of my life.
Hi, my name's Rene.
Yeah.
Welcome to How Are You Now?
Most people I know who are who use substances that are not necessarily the most legal, and I'm not even just talking about weed because I think weed is ridiculously still prohibited, but other things, most of them are some of the most intelligent people I know, and they do it because of that. So it's a trip being.
Before I forget, I'll teach you a hashtag that we use here. Is taxed, not legal. Yeah. Like those of us in the aftermarket is what I'll call it.
Yeah.
Dark web.
I mean, I'm not going to talk at all about my new microdosing regime that I've been doing. Dark web. I don't know what you're talking about. My therapist isn't excited about this.
Hell yeah. But that's something a lot of us in the community that we text not legal. People are like, oh, you live in a legal state. I'm like, heavily regulated and heavily taxed is more like it. Yeah.
More regulated
you walking
than
up the
anything
door
else.
like 30% tax on top.
Once you can actually pay with a credit card and not have to pay in cash or crypto.
Once credit card companies accept the money of these businesses, because
I was going to say, or if these businesses can open a freaking bank account in a regular fucking bank.
Right. Yep. Or there should be a centralized bank maybe or something like that specifically for things. If it's going to be treated that way and regulated that way, honestly, a centralized area where that money can go through.
That's a genius idea. So if anybody else thinks of it, we get a percentage.
I like that.
Just saying that now, 15%, 5 each. We're good.
Oh, yeah. But that should be across the board, everything in my mind.
You would think.
Just regulate everything and give treatment to people who genuinely need it and give, support to Fix the reasons why people are using the thing to escape reality, and you won't need to use the thing to escape reality.
Speaking of which, I don't know if Tiara and I watched this earlier today. I had seen it already. The guy who's running for Senate in Louisiana, Gary Chambers,
we saw it last night. We saw it last night.
Smoking weed,
smoking a blunt.
Smoking a blunt.
Oh, I've seen that
his first campaign commercial.
I've seen his picture pop up on like the Snapchat news thing or whatever. I haven't clicked on it, but that I was just like, oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's been working it for what do you call it? He's working against the prohibition in Louisiana and the incarceration of primarily Black people for these offenses, and so he's like, I'm putting myself on the line here and saying that this is ridiculous that people are in prison right now for less than what I am holding in my hand right now. And then he takes a toke and like just basically talks about how fucking ridiculous drug laws are. And, and one of the
most activist that I've seen any politician, I think.
Yeah, that moment is pretty dope. Reminds me of like when, I mean, granted they're a little bigger, but like Zach Galifianakis pulled out a joint on was it Bill Maher or something like that?
I hate Bill Maher.
It was a great clip. That's what we'll just say that. More like Seth Rogen being in front of freaking Senate, talking about the benefits of cannabis. I mean, that's beautiful. As a fellow brown person from the hood, which doesn't get much more hood than the Bronx in the fucking 80s. Which is where I grew up, fucking walking over crack pipes, going to elementary school, broken down buildings. You all right?
Kick the crack pipe. That was the
friggin' dog.
They didn't have kick the can; they had kick the crack pipe.
Yeah, it's nice to see, and I've been threatened because like literally I'm military, and in New York City there's not a lot of us, so when you do have an interaction with a cop, that's supposed to be like a, hey man, I'm one of you guys, I'm not one of the bad guys here. Especially when you're not doing anything wrong. And I've experienced it, them being like, yeah, we don't give a shit. We'll call your freaking commander and get you in trouble for some dumb shit right now. Cool. Way to be on the same team here, guys.
Yep.
Like, I remember, let me not get too dark into this eye. Never mind. I'm not going to drag it down. Nope. Caught myself. Let's get back to some Letterkenny. Why the fuck was Roldy so fucking flirty to this episode? That was hilarious.
The overt masculinity got him really turned on.
He's always been really turned on by overt masculinity, but he's like hyper turned on by toxic masculinity, and Stuart seems to be as well.
I was just, I think throwing out the tongue. He's just like,
right?
Like, whoa, roll.
I mean, that was in response to what could very well have been a, innuendo. Like, oh yeah, I love the Wilma. Oh, I prefer.
Yeah, he's like,
noted.
Oh, I bet you did.
Noted.
Like, that's the kind of shit that's how I flirt. Like, not the licking the lips thing, but. I mean, I don't
think. She was like, not to my memory.
No.
So Rold was turned on by it. I think Stuart had envy of it, that he wishes that he had that kind of because at the end as they're walking away, he goes, "Yo," and he's like,
and he scares himself. Yeah,
he goes, "That is not me."
That was really cute too. Huh?
You guys already know. I still have to get. I haven't had any tattoos yet. So, but the next one, if I don't finish my Misfits piece, it's gonna be my Roldy piece.
Nice.
And God, this episode gave me everything I needed for a good Stuart and fucking Roldy back and forth. The freaking awkward little spin he did before he went to pick up he saw Stuart do the spin as he left, and he was gonna do the spin, and then he just half backed to get the Chel station.
Yep. And he says the same thing in basically the same way that they said it.
Like, that was great. The freaking Mortal Kombat freaking Scorpion. Get over here. It was fucking great.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
Connor and Darian Ninja Dog.
Yeah.
And the confusion, just the
right, definitely. Wait, what? Oh, but just the fact that, like, I just I just loved it.
They're great. Again, if it's those little things that are going on in the background, if you just fucking take a second to appreciate how fucking goofy it is, but like perfectly timed.
Yeah,
love this show.
And Connor and Darian are like the fools of the fools.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yes. They are always comic relief.
In medieval times, those two would probably be little people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
falling over each other and hitting each other and knocking them down.
After it's behind fucking Stewart and Roldy, and it's just like, oh shit, which one do we follow?
Yep. That's
when I see it, but then they're like 6'4".
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Dean, my screen time.
Oh no. All right. Well, just keep going.
Oh, there it goes.
All right.
Stop turning it off and on. Okay. Noah Dyck breathing deeply with his mouth open and tongue between his deep breath. I try to do that. I'm like, how do you take a deep breath with your tongue between your teeth?
Breathe in
for
the air
things, and I just love that.
With the aroma of Dyck Meat.
Right. And then I had one last one that I definitely wanted to make sure that we got, because it, for me, was just so great. Skids are always making fun of the jocks. Jocks are always making fun of the skids. I think this is the first time the skids actually started feeling bad for making fun of the jocks. And yet another example of the skids really fucking intelligent, and they're showing that the other guys are really not. It just like low key got more and more uncomfortable, and then finally acknowledging like, sure, how I should feel about this.
I don't know what to do either.
Trick the cards. You trick the cards.
You mean stack?
He admits it.
And Riley sounded so much like fucking Mickey Mouse when he said that.
Yes.
Trick the cards.
But also, like, Riley and Jonesy getting that toxic masculinity, that anger, like, it was very much Coach with the garbage bin. Like, and Coach is their primary.
And we're not going to get any more of that. Oh, never mind.
He's their father figure.
He's their father figure.
Emit. Pausing. Resetting. Not going to mention it. Where were we?
Oh, that's going to be great.
I'm so jealous I'm not doing that one as well. But you guys got Trevor, which is great. Right. The trick the cards, I think, was my last little dumb note. I mean, and Noah fucking stroking his dick, of course, at the beginning to not there.
There it
is. Almost there. Almost there.
Yes, and I got a full flush from Tiara
as he's looking at them.
The eye contact. That was
not there. Not there.
With that kind of like, huh? Like, I genuinely, I understand that this character and their whole family is supposed to be very uneducated and very like backwards, but like the laughing at the Dyck cheese.
He busted out some hardcore German though.
Right.
Well, until the Franken-Durgen
he probably forgot
question
his
marks
line
on the subtitles.
And they're like, no, that's good. We'll keep
For those
that.
of you wondering, if you haven't seen it and you might hear this first, it just ended up just having question marks in the subtitle. That was great.
Uncle. There were so anytime. What is his name again?
Jonathan Torrens.
Anytime he's on the show, any scene that he is in, you know that something weird is happening somewhere, and you're just waiting for the joke, the hit, the too long pause and stare at you, the turning your body without moving your body, just
the chance for men to blow off some steam.
God.
Right, and that's where I was going with that. The
sausage party is where men come to have some
together.
Yeah, it's a fucking hill there.
He is inside all of us.
He's how much of that is he playing as unintelligent, and how much is, oh no, we're all in on the joke? Like, obviously the Dyck cheese, they're all in on the joke because they all start cracking up at the end, but they don't laugh every time he does.
I
jokes like that, like dick suckers for once.
I think they're just plain ignorant. I think
agree.
that they're really just supposed to be what's that one classroom schoolhouse freaking mentality, and they just don't get it. And that's it's really hard to suspend that belief in as a viewer of the show, but
right.
But
But I also it could also be like they laughed at Dick Cheese because they know that other people usually laugh when they say Dick, or like that. And again, that would be another autistic thing. Like, society is telling me I need to laugh when I say it like this, so I'm gonna laugh every time, and I'm gonna laugh really loud and not even notice if no one else is laughing.
Oh my god, that fucking that.
Because you could see, and you could see Lovita afterwards, after she did that. I think she was trying to, like she was coughing.
Yeah.
Fucking in a dick.
She is loving a
dick. Oh. She likes long walks.
That note.
Anything else on that?
Theories? What was that thing with Anita and fucking Derry? There was a little tension there. There was a little.
Well,
I wondered if that was about her daughter.
Yeah, I think
that
all
Derry,
stems.
she sends her regards.
Oh, so maybe that's why he's like.
Maybe
he's just not interested in charity, and like
mom's pushing it.
Yeah, because I mean he is running out of options.
He really is. He really is.
Fucking poor Derry.
Oh. He'll just end up back with Anik.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Did that happen yet? No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of
that was a total
Katie's
joke.
Gonna end up with her.
No, they went. Yeah, well, she's working at the bar, and it's got. I'm sorry if I like. My ex worked at the bar that I fucking go to. That just, especially one that I like, as hot as it fucking Anik.
I've had that. Don't date your well, unless you're the bartender. Don't date your bartender, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
or the doorman.
Confirm.
Definitely not the doorman if it's your favorite dance club. No, definitely. Oh, my 20. Anyway.
Anywho's. Hey.
So.
Hey.
Oh, where's the pup?
I see the.
All right, should introduce my new dog. Since people have. I do think people have known me to be on this.
So for all of you who've been here before,
I lost my dog back in August.
Yeah, poor
September to it was August to heart disease. She was a good girl. She was an old lady, and my friend. I made a Facebook post saying I think I was ready to start finding another puppers.
Yeah, and
my friend just happened to have this beautiful dog.
He's just saying hi. It's
he's
all
like
good.
He was just want to get on the mic. Come here.
You'll teach him.
What's his name?
And
Lobo.
It was Alistair, but I renamed him Lobo.
I'm glad it's not Alistair anymore, especially after this season.
He's a 2-year-old Great Pyrenees.
Oh, look at those sweet eyes.
Look at him loving you so much.
Sweetheart, he's very loud. He's a bit of a puller on the leash, but besides that, go pull. Oh, shut go pull.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
And he sneezes in my face.
Yep.
But my last dog Portia was a big part of helping me with my mental illness issues that I deal with, and I was missing a big chunk of my life after I lost her. So he happened to fall in my lap in the perfect time. My friend just unfortunately wasn't. She's got 2 kids. She runs like 2 small businesses, has a day job, teaches roller skating lessons. She just didn't have the time. And I make my own fucking hours. So now me and Lobo go do a lot of shit. And sometimes we just end up in the mountains 3 hours away.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. No, that's really Lobo. Awesome was 2 weeks ago. So, yeah.
Awesome is the shapeshifter.
That was my fair enough.
Where are you again?
Denver.
Used to be in Aurora, right? Or Boulder.
Yeah. No, Aurora. Which is only it was like 20 minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Boulder's like half hour northwest.
If you ever feel like driving about 19 hours northwest of where you are, we'll have a puppy play date.
Well, I'm supposed to be coming out in March for going to a Kraken game with one of my army bros.
Nice.
He was a guest on my show, Kyle Asplund. He's a good homie. Been friends like 12 years. But he's come to visit me like 2 different times. I'm like, all right, I owe him a visit. On top of that, he's got like 3 really fancy cars that I get to use one of them while I'm there.
Very cool.
Is that in Seattle?
I think a little north of Seattle, like 40 minutes or some shit like that.
Like
he's got like a night. I don't. I'm literally making it up. I know he's got to be close enough to Seattle that he has season tickets for the Kraken.
Cool.
So yeah, like that was the
Dean
big
really
thing
wanted that. If we were,
yeah,
I'm really glad we left the city, not just for that.
Man,
Don has got to go to a couple of Kraken games.
Kraken,
awesome.
they didn't have that strong of a season. I had high hopes, but fucking
It'll get there. It's
the
first year.
inaugural season.
Yeah, but like the last time a team came out like this
like
was the Vegas Knights, and they were so strong.
Kraken, Dorsey, Kraken.
Nice. I didn't even know you had that. That's awesome. Yeah, I went to my first Avalanche game last week or 2 weeks ago. And I had this jersey that I bought from a crackhead in the Bronx for like $30.
Like you do.
And it still had the tags on it and everything. And then but I bought it just like so fast because it was $30. I didn't look at the size. It was like a 2X or a 3X. I'm a large. So, but then that day the game was so cold that fit perfectly on top of 2 hoodies.
Yeah.
So Rene took the tags off finally. And I was like, all right, cool. It'll be cool. It's a good background for that we're going to be talking about the Chel.
Definitely. Any other thoughts, theories?
Oh, I thought we did that.
Oh, I just didn't know if there was anything else.
Yeah.
Before
I was going to say, should we?
Should we? All right. Another segment of Fuck Fight Ferda. For those who you're playing at home, Fuck Fight Ferda is our version of Fuck Marry Kill, where we don't want to kill anybody and we don't want to get married because we're in Letterkenny. So we will fuck you, we'll fight you, or you'll be our buddy and we'll say Ferda. So this should be a short version because there weren't a lot of people on this episode. So, but that's okay. So, but as we're going to start.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
We got to run through a bunch of dicks in this one.
Yeah. Yep. So, but we're going to start with Wayne. So, Rene.
Wayne's getting a Ferda just because he's like being wrung through it with like all the awkward situations he's being forced into, starting with the episode starts with him having to like get into an awkward fight between 2 friends over the dumbest thing, which is his fucking sister's big tarts.
You didn't do that to Derry.
No, I never.
You did not do that to Derry.
No, I never.
Sneaky as the dickens.
His genuine he was just. I mean, granted though, the sausage party was like the highlight of his day. That was like, well, shit, they fucked me on my
sausage.
But then, so like that's the other part is like, well, these 2 fuckers had 1 tub of tarts. And now there's 1 other tub of tarts, and Wayne being Wayne is going to share it with those 2. So then it's now 3 people on 1 fucking tub of tarts.
Yeah.
Oh, Wayne needs a real Ferda.
Katy walking out carrying a half of one to offer, like, she only eat half, or did she eat a whole bunch and then had half left over? Like, I just can't quite make it.
Well, I mean, as a chef, sometimes you can't, you can never, and you can never, like, sometimes recipes elevation, the moisture in the air. Sometimes you get a little excess. Sometimes you think you're going to make a pan with a dozen cookies. You get a baker's dozen. It is what it is.
Baker's dozen and a half.
Yeah.
Hey.
So it's
Ferda
on Wayne. All right.
I love that he rolled with the punches and that he just kind of was like, you're right. You've been a good friend of mine. I know that you're going to make me uncomfortable, but you know what? Sausage.
Yeah. And honestly,
I
would jump on it as well. Yeah, I love me some sausage. Longanisa.
Dairy.
Oh, that boy needs a fight.
Oh, you're fighting. You're fighting.
Do
Dairy?
not eat off the ground, Derry. He said that he would fight anyone, basically.
so you're gonna.
So I will fight him over that shit. Don't eat off the ground, Derry.
All right.
Get out of your barn clothes.
I mean, the Dyck sisters are probably the only ones who are gonna want to have anything to do with you if you're in your barn clothes all the time.
Dairy. I don't know. Yeah, Ferda, because someone's gonna tell him stop eating. I mean, but I'm military, so like I've eaten shit off the floor before. It's like like fuck. That's my last fucking spoonful of freaking chili mac. Come on. Yeah, I said that on purpose. I said that on purpose.
Just make my butt pucker.
They make everybody's butt pucker.
Not after you eat them, though. You will unswallow. So, Miss Katy.
That was quick. Yeah, we're fucking.
Yeah.
So,
fucking short shorts, bikini top. Give it to me, baby.
You know, I thought she looked. I don't often look at Katy that way, but she looked good to me. So
freaking bringing out the freaking tarts and the tartiest of outfits. I'm all about it.
See, Ferda, okay.
Thanks for the tarts, Katy.
He is never gonna fuck Katy.
I think it happened once.
Maybe, yeah.
Help the fantasy.
Where's Awesome? Awesome would know that answer.
I think
too,
it may have
probably.
been during
like you would lose Katy. You'd lose Katy in your boobs, probably.
Oh yeah, easily.
Wait,
I would break her. She's like the size of my thigh.
She'd be between a blunt and your lighter.
No, I don't smoke blunts.
Well, one of the big cones.
Yeah. Okay.
Squirrely stands.
I think he's got his hope set on Lavina for.
I was gonna say if he's feeling squirrely, I'd give him a good fucking just because I loved his fucking. No, I never.
No, I never.
No, I never do that. To dare you to. No, I never. Like when I think I have a history here of when I see Dan being rambunctious or aggressive. I don't know. I like me some squirrely aggressive Dan, and yeah.
I get that.
And if he doesn't, so I will if he wants some after Lavina. Hi, what's up? What's going on?
Right.
How are you now?
All right then.
I'm gonna say Ferda in this one.
All right.
I'm there. This whole episode, there's not. I'm either gonna fight him or be their friend.
Okay. Noah Dyck.
I was gonna say, wait, are you not throwing in your 10 cents here?
On
Dean?
oh
well, yeah,
on Katy
or
on Dan.
Well, Dan,
Dan is usually a fuck for me.
So yeah, for me, I mean, if I feel in a particular way, then yeah, I will definitely throw in. For me, it's for the most part, it's Ferda on just about everybody. I will throw in if I feel like somebody needs to have a scrap, or if I want to pound somebody. So,
oh, that's pounding.
That's a pounding. That's a pounding. So, but yeah. So, Katy, this episode, I'll go for it.
Yeah, you did say she was hot.
Yeah,
I forgot about
your
that.
sister's
I thought you skimmed over Dan. I was like, hold on.
Dan's a Ferda for me.
Went down there. Hey,
yeah.
Hey there, Dan.
So yeah, Noah Dyck. So where are we on Noah? Are we just?
I'm gonna fight him. I'm fighting.
You're fighting him.
I'm fighting him. He won like
he's gonna.
This was again. I love these, but this one made me just like again. Oh no, not that. Really, that's what we're doing. Oh come on. It was just cringe after cringe, which is my favorite part of it. Which is I love it, but like holy shit, was it non-stop and just eyeballs in
the eyeballs? Yeah,
not there.
Just that open mouth grin.
He reminds me of like Will Forte when he gets real goofy with it.
Oh yeah,
I fucking love it.
T.
Ferda, because as a avowed pun lover, I would be cracking up instantly, but I probably to a point where it would start to hurt, and then I might like want to smack him.
So yeah, I was gonna say the laughing and farting thing. Yeah, that was just like, hey, bro, fucking snap out of it.
Like, dude, if you need to fart, just get it out. Just do it now, so it's not
Which
just
goes
like
back to
slip it out.
goes back to the conversation of them just being just oblivious to how goofy they fucking are.
Yep. Riley and Jonesy.
Considering the arc of the episode where they started off being hyper aggressive and then to coming into which they have been doing a lot more. They've become more woke and like trying to progress and grow. Ferda, right? I mean, I'm not fucking them just because that was like, yo, you're breaking up my drywall, bro. You're breaking up the Bill and Mom's drywall.
I'm fighting them for breaking up my drywall.
If they were breaking up my own personal drywall, fuck you, I'll kick your ass. But like as a, you know, in the community, like if I saw that kind of toxic masculinity do with that person, but if I also saw that they were learning from it on their own and trying to grow and be a better person. So I'm going to say Ferda, because by the end they were like, we acknowledge that was dumb and we don't need to be that angry about things like this and we should relax more.
Yeah, that's something I've come to terms with, or I've tried to like grow with. If I can see a willingness to change, and learn and progress, all right, I can try and be your friend at least.
That's the hard part.
Dean's just like, fuck you. I fucking own this fucking property. You fucking broke down my drywall. We're fighting tonight.
Yeah, I mean, unless they had shown up in his Tonka truck with some new sheets of drywall, I'm fucking
better.
I'm gonna take a 2x4 to him.
When they came to apologize, I would see you like, so I'll see you at Home Depot later.
And those I need 3/4 inch studs. All right, there, Captain. Right. We're going to reinforce these ones. You're not punching down the next apart? One. Yeah, literally, that's something we were talking. Was that on the show? I think, or was that right before?
Well, I know we
talked about it here.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
on this, but also we've talked about it because of in our new house we found that the studs were not.
They do, yeah. The way they do studs here, I don't know if it's not. It depends on where you are in the house, but a lot of the studs in this house are at 24 inches instead of 16. Apparently, that's valid in the code here that you could do 24 inches for your studs. So those construction folks who are wanting to come to Portland, just be aware you can get away with doing studs at 24 inches. You don't have to spend so much on lumber.
But also, you know. We're going to be shopping for that.
Yeah.
This comment I think would be even more hilarious because of how much Jonesy fucks their mom.
So maybe Riley and Josie moms are in Boca Raton, so they need to stay with the billet to stay in Letterkenny. Otherwise, you're right. It makes no sense, especially since they're not playing anymore.
Right. That was the thing about the not playing. That's what caught me. I was like, wait, are they on a team? They're playing beer league still, right? They're not on an actual
right.
Team. Right. So I kind of like the idea of like Shorzy's the one who's visiting, and so that's actually his billet mom. Riley and Jonesy stay with her when Shorzy's around because they don't want to hear what's going on with their mom. So it's like, you know, that situation just kind of worked itself out. I don't know.
All right. So we got two Ferdas, Riley and Jonesy Ferdas. Stuart.
I'm going to say Ferda.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Ferda, but also I would call him out on by the toxic masculinity. Dude, you don't need that. It looks cool, but it's really not. Like, Roldy, I get it. You're a sub. Cool. totally understand. You're probably like, ooh.
Cackle.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going fuck as well, just because.
You're going fuck.
You're going fuck.
Yeah, when they're toxic and like being all like super horned up, I kind of dig it. Oh no.
Okay. All right.
I'm already and just I'm lining that up for Rolled as well.
All
Just putting it out.
So yeah, Rolled's next. So you got to fuck.
Yeah,
Rolled.
I
Okay.
figured as much. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, I love seeing a horned up Rolled. Oh my god, it's just like.
Yeah, especially the one with
Let me
him
do
back in the Easter episode with him and Glenn.
That was great. When the bros walked up and they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" Like, this is where we get, was it sexy or something?
We get dirty.
Yeah.
Where are you with Rolled T?
I'm actually say Ferda.
Okay.
Though I'm normally like all about Roldy. But again, it's that's what turns you on. I'm like very, very barely a switch. So
I'm sorry, I'm cracking up at these comments. I'm loving how fucking in-depth fucking
there aren't bullets
how much
for beer.
Al knows. Yeah, Al knows so much.
Let's see. Canadian building code mandates spacing no greater than 16 inches between studs. This was just so that Andrew and Dylan didn't break their. Well, I know why. But I just thought I just thought it was funny.
I had to stop myself earlier from saying, "Oh yeah, guys, I think it's just a movie, it's a TV set."
So the show can happen.
So the show can happen. As one of our other favorite Canadians, Ryan George says, "So the show can happen."
Yeah, if anyone knows Ryan George, hook me
on
up.
YouTube, go check him out.
Oh yeah, that's what
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I see what you're saying. I'm with you.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
That's a exercise 1040.
I'm gonna need you to climb all the way off my. So, all right. So, Anita Dyck.
Fight for keep trying to push her fucking poor ass daughter on poor ass Terry.
You're gonna fight Anita. All right. T.
Ferda, because somebody needs to tell her that her kid could probably act.
Well, anything.
As he is right now, eating off the floor and always wearing his barn clothes, even in romantic situations. Come on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. They ate off the floor when fucking Noah blew his load all over. He said, "Remember?"
That's right.
Hey, and I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. And they do call them schmellies.
Schmellies.
You think that's because they smell as good as barn clothes or a little worse? God, Tiara just had her fucking brain blown out. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Don't
what?
like that.
Schmellies. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. They smell.
All right. So finally, Lavina's dick. She does.
I'm going Ferda.
Ferda.
I'm gonna say Ferda
what did
as
it be
well.
once a fortnight? Oh, again, I swear to God, Al, if that's true, I swear
you gotta
to
put
Noah.
it up so I can see it. There you go. Oh God. See, I don't know. I'm actually honestly curious about Mennonite population. I've known Mennonite. Like I grew up
Nappers.
I grew up in a church that is out of although it was more it attempted to be more non-denominational. Anyway, there's a reason why I'm not in church anymore. But I've met quite a few Mennonites through that, and like of the ones that I still kind of into, one of them's violin extra now. Another one's an artist. Like
that's a long gap year.
They're getting to do some pretty amazing stuff. Oh no, still Mennonite, still dressing in the whole like.
Really?
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, I find it.
Dean, you don't need electricity to play the violin, man.
Well, and it's Mennonites are like The Amish are the ones that have none of the stuff. Mennonites can have modern luxury. They just still have to live by a certain.
All right, then. Okay.
I don't know. This is my very limited knowledge of actual Mennonites come from West Coast, which is why I don't usually talk about it too much, because I'm sure that it's different than
I've experienced the Pennsylvania Dutch,
yeah, that's a totally different scene.
Delaware Amish, Mennonite world. And I am not getting into that right now.
Oh yeah, no.
That my sister lived in Delaware and had like a Amish supermarket we used to go to, and it was interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. We can go into.
All right, so where are you on Levinus?
No, that laugh is getting fought. No, I'm gonna. You want to her? I'm gonna give you something to her. No, that was. Holy shit.
I have a loud, annoying laugh in my own ear, so I can excuse.
I bet you it's nowhere near that. And God bless Dan for wanting to go on for long walks with that.
He's varied taste. He swings wildly.
Let's not like Mennonites can listen to podcasts.
That's probably true. Well, I keep thinking I need to.
So I think that's everybody. That's everybody I got. Everybody that had a line anyway. All right. Any final thoughts before we button this bad boy up?
No. Another great fucking episode. Love me some dicks. Love talking about Dyck Meat. Love talking about Anita's meat curtains. That was
some dick cheese.
Very, very satisfying. Yeah. Oh, the dick cheese. I would actually love to try some dick cheese. If I could be honest, if I just put that out there.
Not going to do this on camera, but.
What? What am I doing? Oh, who is it? Okay.
Sorry, I had to show. That was the person that was friends with my dad. His daughter is the one that I.
Is her name Lavina?
Anita. That was a great episode. I get excited. I was hoping for another Dick episode this season. It just maybe it's cannon fodder for me at this point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more dicks in my life.
You can always stand a little more dick.
Yeah, I've come to this point in my life where I look forward to that.
It does help you blow off some steam.
There was I almost felt like I had a load on my shoulders that I had to get off.
Sure.
And
if you can get your load off, it's very it feels a lot.
Is that what your fancy words, how you say it?
Yes, that's exactly it. All right, so
you got something else? I thought she was looking up something else.
I'm in a rabbit hole now.
I'm trying to vamp here to try and see if I got her something else. Nope.
Boy.
No, yeah, I'm in a rabbit hole. I found the person I was looking for.
All right.
Well, it was awesome to see you guys.
Yeah, it was awesome to see you too. And
thanks for having me on. Can I give a shout out to somebody before I go?
Certainly.
The shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah.
The shirt I'm wearing is by my boy. He's a wrestler or a wrestler. He actually hosts a podcast called this one's called Evolving with Corey Castle.
All right.
And
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. He is somebody I've met in the past year who I find to be very inspiring. He motivates me to want to be a better person. He motivates me to want to live life smarter and happier. Even in those times where I really, really feel like nobody fucking understands me. I'm like, oh shit, well, Corey Castle kind of understands. He's been on my podcast a couple times. He was the first guest we ever had. We did a bunch of episodes with no guests first. And he's an all-around genuine great dude. Like, so I'm not just promoting his fucking show, I'm promoting the person, Corey Castle. You can YouTube all his wrestling matches. They're awesome. His personality is crazy. He's got this great, like, this actually, you know how I know you're gonna love him? One of his gimmicks is dad jokes. Yes, like he is the corniest wrestler you'll ever come across. If that doesn't get you in, then I don't know what else.
I'm definitely gonna.
Time for us to get off it, apparently.
Get off it.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Oh yeah, time to get off it. And Al, thanks for joining us. Which he will be doing at the end of our season, as I have been doing with the produce stand for the last few seasons. So it'll be nice to have him on. But yeah, any final thoughts before we get going here? All right. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us again as we talk about this show that we all love so much. Thanks to our good buddy here, Rene Encarnacion, for joining us, and big thanks to this week's band, Driftmouth, out of Athens, Ohio. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, and driftmouth.com. We'll see you again next week as we are joined by longtime pal and Letterkenny show writer Trevor Risk as we cover Season 10, Episode 4, Crossing. See you next time.
On the shore, in the brambles and sand.